Welcome to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. I'll tell you what, we are at O Rama, Minocqua, Wisconsin, Oneida County.
What a beautiful city. Did you see all the grills fired up?
Man,
all the different grills?
They must have 40, 50 different contestants.
Man, they got them from on spits to smokers to regular Weber grills, Komodo grills. It's phenomenal here.
It's going to be a great time here today. And come along with us today. We're going to do some wonderful cooking. Compliments of course, our good friends at Marathon Feed.
Yes.
You can two great locations in Marathon City and Wausau, Wisconsin. We're going to be right back up, firing up the grills. I'll tell you what, Merrill.
What?
We got to get it cracking, so let's get it going.
I'd love to do that.
Breakfast on the grill. Breakfast on the grill. Stay tuned, folks. Good time.
Hey, Mad Dog, did you know you can grill ring sausage?
Ah, baloney, Merrill.
Yeah, and kielbasa.
Stupid.
Join the exclusive Mad Dog and Merrill Grillin Club. Every member receives the official Grillin Club t-shirt and towel. Discover new recipes, chat with fellow grillers, watch valuable videos, learn new jokes, or submit a unique recipe for a chance to see it on our show. Log in now for your chance to share in the Grillin Club. View past episodes of our show by going to maddogandmerrill.com and click on Midwest Grillin'.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. It's O Rama in Minocqua, Wisconsin, and we've got a jam-packed show.
We certainly do.
We're actually talking Carmela's beautiful bacon jam, and I'll tell you what, you're going to see some gorgeous things with this a tad bit later on. But we're going to do a little breakfast on the grill.
Well, you got to have breakfast. You know, a lot of people don't think
you gotta
have your breakfast. Start out the morning with a good breakfast. Look at me.
It's the
do
most
I look
important.
Like healthy?
It's the most important
meal
of the day.
Look at them pecs, huh? Arnold, eat your heart out.
So breakfast on the grill, and we are of course O Rama. So on the menu today is some Wisconsin grass-fed beef, and we're going to do some great steak and eggs on the grill. But in order to have steak and eggs, potatoes, we want a little bit of a condiment with it. So you're going to start out with a nice salsa?
Yeah, I'm actually going to do almost like a jalapeno sauce, all right?
Oh, good. Spice it up.
Very good. I'm going to really add a lot of jalapenos on this. If you want, I've chopped these little babies up, and as you can see, I have left the seeds in there. All right, if you don't want them too hot, take off the seeds, but I like it a little bit spicy.
Boy, those will get you in the end.
Boy, that certainly will. Now, we're going to tone it down a little bit. The main feature on this is the jalapenos.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm not using any onions. I'm using some shallots. All right, or
Thanks.
shallots.
Shallots.
Okay, well, I remember we have a guy go, I like using shallots. These are shallots, are like a mild onion. We've got some chopped tomatoes here, and of course we're going to use some cilantro. Cilantro's got that love-hate relationship.
Absolutely.
That we've talked
Beautiful
about
herb. I love it.
there. And to put a little tang on this, we're using apple cider vinegar.
Is your grill? You got a skillet over here? Is that getting
Yep,
hot?
the skillet's on there. It's hot. I'm going to start out with adding just a little vinegar on here, not that much on here.
So the cast iron skillets. If you don't own a cast iron skillet, I've actually got my eggs cooking away over here for the eggs. But cast iron skillets are great.
Yep. Fantastic.
Well, I can smell that vinegar already.
Well,
let me tell you. Am I supposed to be helping you,
well,
sir?
Well, it's okay. We can bring
on.
this over. We're gonna reduce this vinegar. I really don't want to use that much vinegar on here. But let me put these shallots in here.
No, hold on.
Okay. Thank you. And some jalapenos. Heavy on the jalapenos. All right. A little bit of tomatoes. Yeah, use the whole thing. What the heck
good.
on there? All right, we'll place that back
Here,
over
take
there.
this back.
I don't want it back. Okay, okay, I'll take that. We're going to stir that around, and we really want to reduce it. I'll keep on stirring, so we really mainly have
Let me
just
real
the
quick show
thickness
that.
of there.
That's what he's cooking away right now. So you got the mock onions in there.
Yep, you got it.
The beautiful jalapenos, some tomatoes. You put oil in there first?
No, I did not. I went ahead and just used the vinegar.
Oh, the vinegar.
Yep, you're definitely not going to use that. And then at the end, when we're getting ready to serve, I will use some cilantro on there.
Okay,
I'll put the cilantro on right at the end there.
So you want the full body flavor of the cilantro.
Got it. So what are you going to do there, sir?
Well, let's get our steak going first. Now, Wisconsin grass-fed beef, good stuff, healthy for you, and it's awfully lean. Now, I left the cap on here so we have a little bit of fat because that's the way Merrill likes it. But you can certainly take that. I actually start out with a whole loin. And as you'll see through the show, I've cut several different steaks. So we're gonna have, it's actually gonna be a steak day today.
I love steaks.
And so we're gonna actually put a little bit of olive oil over the top of that because I wanna sear it up really nice and seal in all those beautiful natural juices of the grass-fed beef. We're gonna take a little bit of Graham hazels, garlic, peppers, onion, fennel, dill, celery, red pepper, green pepper, onion, sodium, and just a little bit of Graham hazels over the top of that. We're gonna fire up the grill on a good hot heat and we're gonna sear both sides for about 1.5 minutes on both sides. And you can see the steaks are cooking over yonder here. So those are getting done just nice, and we'll platter those up in a minute. But all good breakfasts need eggs.
You need eggs. You gotta have eggs for breakfast.
So
exactly right.
Exactly right. So if you don't have an electric skillet, or if you don't have a cast iron skillet, let me just show these beautiful little eggs here, and we'll platter these up in just a moment or two. But I got the skillet nice and warm, and I put the eggs in there with a little bit of our olive oil. Look at that, they're just sliding around in there.
Good, good, good.
And all you do is just cook the eggs like you would at home. I know it's not rocket science, folks, but it's a great way to do it. And if you don't have a cast iron skillet, that's going to be the key here today, because we could also do some Cajun steaks with that if we wanted to.
Exactly. You know, cooking with cast iron is very easy. You want to make sure that it's seasoned first, that it's actually oiled first. The more that you use the cast iron skillet, there you go. There you go.
That's wrong?
That's wrong. You want to oil it first a little bit. Once you start using it, it'll start baking on, and you'll love it. I love cooking with cast iron all the time. How's the salsa? Salsa's doing good.
Let's get the spuds going,
all
shall we?
Sounds good. Yep.
Last night what I did is I grabbed some great russet potatoes. I washed them up and I baked them in the oven until they're about 3/4 of the way done. So these potatoes have been cooked already. They're cooled down, and that's actually the best way to slice them is when they're cool. So we're going to take that baked potato. I'm going to cut that potato into quarters. And then we're going to take, and like last night I marinated these, but you can actually just slosh a little bit of Italian Harvest on there. Let me grab the cap off from here. This is actually a low sodium marinade of ours, Italian Harvest. Great flavorful. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shaking.
Okay.
And I'm just going to simply slosh the marinade over the top of those little potato wedges. Get them nice and moist. You can see we're marinating them in a Ziploc bag. You'd probably work the best, but for television here.
No, this works good for TV. You're doing a good job.
And now you could take these and you could actually have some Parmesan cheese over here, and I think we've done it, and you just simply roll those in Parmesan cheese. They're delicious. But we're going to do some nice little Italian today.
Okay.
So I have some Italian seasoning. Got a little wind in Minocqua, Wisconsin here today.
It's coming from there. It's coming from there.
So we're going to put a little bit of seasoning over the top of those. Those go directly on the grates of the grill and sear those babies up. Let me scoop these off.
All right. Beautiful. So absolutely gorgeous.
The potato wedges come out nice and crispy, and just a nice little tub of sour cream would be darnly good with that.
Oh man, a big tub of sour cream.
But this is breakfast on the grill, so we do need a little protein with it. So we do have our wonderful beef, which is cooking over here. How's your salsa coming? Pretty good?
Salsa coming along good there,
Time
sir.
for the cilantro?
Time for the cilantro.
Why don't you cut up a little cilantro?
Right,
let me put the steaks over here. So now we have the grass-fed beef over here. We have the wonderful potato wedges here. Meryl's cutting up the cilantro. I got to make a little room for my eggs, so I'm going to put the eggs over here, and Meryl's salsa can go wherever he darn pleases.
Yeah, stir this up
Let me grab my eggs, and we're going to have breakfast in Minocqua.
Breakfast in
Has
Minocqua.
breakfast in Minocqua ever happened? I bet it has. So we've got some wonderful fried eggs. We'll just position those right there. I'll save this one for me.
Ooh,
we've got steak, we've got eggs, we've got the taters.
Where would you like this?
I'll have it right there for a little bit of color.
You got a little bit of color here. I'm sorry to put this in the back.
That looks delicious.
Pan is hot. Pan is hot. Oh, I can smell those jalapenos. Hot.
Don't you hate it? This is Merrill. Don't you hate it when things are hot? It comes out the grill?
I hate hot things. Jesus, terrible.
There's some beautiful steaks. There's the eggs. There's a wonderful salsa. There's the taters. We're in Minocqua, Wisconsin, Oneida County. And I'll tell you what, we're doing some grass-fed beef. We've got Greg from the Grass-Fed Beef Co-op, and Wisconsin Meadows is the brand that they branded underneath. So let's hear Greg right now, shall we?
Thanks, guys. I'm Greg Nowicki with the Wisconsin Grass-Fed Beef Co-op. Our animals are born and raised locally on sustainable family farms. That means less fossil fuels are used to put meat on your plate. I'll have more about grass-fed beef later on in the show. Mad Dog and Merrill will be right back.
If you have a comment or suggestion about today's show, contact us at maddogandmerrill.com. And don't forget to friend us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. We're having a great time here at Beef O Rama. And we're going to switch gears a little bit.
Yeah.
Merrill, I'm going to have you start out with it. We're going to do a little sun drop drinks.
Yeah, I know. You know, you got to sit back and relax. I mean, you got to sit back and have a sun drop. You got to drop a sun drop. And there's so many things that you could do with sun-drop soda.
That's right.
You know, if you want to use it as a mix. If you want to have it in old fashions, some people use it for marinades. You know, I like marinating sun-drop in some pineapple rings. Grill them right up. They're just fantastic. But here's some non-alcoholic, which is very easy to do. Nothing very hard. I mean, if I could do it, anybody do it. But let's pour some sun-drop in both of these glasses here.
It's bottled locally the oldfashioned way. You can drop a sun-drop today if you'd like to.
I could drop the whole thing, to
I
be
could
honest
too,
with
Italian
you.
does
I could
too.
drink this.
Yep.
Couple things that you can do on here. This is more of a non-alcoholic drink. But I like using bitters. You know, you use bitters in old-fashioned, but a lot of people have never thought about that. Is just take some bitters, shake them up a little bit. I just like the color on bitters. I like putting them on the top because they'll definitely sink through down on the bottom. Yep. And then go ahead and use some. I like using oranges because the oranges really add a really good flavor. I know it. I didn't slice my orange. But I like a big hunk of orange on that baby. Slice that in half. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze a little bit in there, and I'm going to put the whole orange, half orange, right in there.
You know, it's tailgate time, and if you're the designated driver, it's a great way to do it. The wind's kind of blowing in here in Minocqua. It certainly is.
Now, another one you could do, also very simple. Everybody's got a little bit of Rose's lime juice, a little lime sweetener if you like. Yeah, stir that up. I just love the color on there. Little Rose's lime. I've got some regular fresh squeezed lime juice. Squeeze that in there.
Yep.
Place that on the top.
What's that?
I'm going to add a little bit of Rose's lime juice.
I just
Not very much, just a sweet. Or you could drink it plain. Stir that around. That's a really nice flavor. Or normally, you know what I do? I just sit back and have a sun-drop and drink the whole thing is what I do. So, what do you got going over there?
You know something, we're at Beef O Rama, so let's show the beef right now. We'd have some wonderful grass-fed beef steaks. And this stuff's the cat's meow. Carmela's, it's a great restaurant in the Fox Valley in Wisconsin, but this is their bacon jelly.
That's fantastic.
And it's a balsamic bacon jelly. And they got a recipes where they just kind of put it on top of pork chops and other great things like shrimp. But we're gonna, because we're at Beef O Rama, this is gonna be our little finishing sauce here. This is in place of a steak sauce. Now, next segment, we're gonna be doing some wonderful awe juices, some beautiful steak sauces in the next segment to go with wonderful steaks. But we're gonna take a little trip to Philly.
To Philly.
We're gonna do a little Philly steak pizza.
Okay, I love Philly.
I love steak.
Philly steak pizza
and
too.
I love pizzas. So we're gonna take, they're good friends with our good friends at Golden Home Pizza Crust. This is their whole wheat. I'll let you hang on to that.
Thank you, sir.
Carmela's, these are all natural ingredients, by the way. If I put my glasses on and we had time, I'd read the ingredients in here. But it's like, everything's pure. Everything, the tomato's pure, the cream is pure, the beautiful, beautiful herbs and everything else that's in here.
Low in carbs, that's what I like about it too.
I bet it is, isn't it? I never thought of that.
Really good, very good.
So that's our pizza crust over here. Now we're gonna move that to the side. We're gonna move that. The second ingredient, of course, we're at Beef O Rama. So I've got a wonderful grass-fed beef over here.
Good man.
A nice little steak. So we're gonna do like a little fajita steak. And this one's done to perfection. The key to doing grass-fed beef, by the way, is slow and easy. And that's what we promote with a lot of outdoor grilling lately, because cuts of meat are so lean, they're so healthy for you, just like the grass-fed beef is.
Delicious looking, sir.
Isn't that wonderful?
I know, I really want to take a
I know, I bet you do, so do I. So we're gonna do a little Philly steak pizza on the grill, and I could probably cut up another pizza there, but that's pretty gosh darn good.
Sure.
But in Philly, what they do is we have stir-fried peppers and onions and mushrooms, and I stir-fried these. I cut them up, put a little bit of oil on them, and I stir-fried them in our neat little basket, and we're gonna set those. I know.
Oh.
We're gonna take time to cook this one, let me tell you that. Let me just spread that around.
Take your time. It's just television. It's our show. We got
Let me
all
grab
the time
some
you want.
mushrooms. I got a ton of mushrooms in there.
All right, good.
So let me just get some wonderful mushrooms. I'm sorry.
I love that. I
And
love
if we
that,
had time, I think I'm just going to stop right there. I could slice a nice little tomato and put it over the top. Instead of the wonderful cheddar cheese sauce that they give you, we're actually going to put some wonderful Wisconsin cheddar on top of there.
Good man.
We're going to slip this directly on the grates of the grill. Yeah, why don't you scoop that right off? Thank you, young man.
Put that right there.
I'm going to place that pizza right on the grates of the grill. We're going to put the hood down, and when we come back, we're going to sear up some more steaks. We're going to do some wonderful awe juices. Meryl's going to do a nice little steak sauce on the grill, so stay tuned. We're going to hear one more time from Greg at the Wisconsin Grass-Fed Beef Co-op. So Greg, take it away, big guy.
Take it away there, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Grass-fed cattle rotationally graze and eat only grasses. That means there's little need for tilling, pesticides, or chemical fertilizers like on conventional farms. Mad Dog and Merrill will be right back.
View past episodes of our show by going to maddogandmerrill.com and click on Midwest Grillin'.
It has been reported that Mad Dog and Merrill's signature sauces and spices have been seen around the world. And now we want to know, where in the world is Mad Dog and Merrill? Take a selfie photo of yourself holding a Mad Dog and Merrill's product in front of a sign or interesting landmark. Post the photo to Mad Dog and Merrill's Facebook page, and once a month, one lucky fan will win a grilling set of Mad Dog and Merrill's products. Go to facebook.com/Mad Dog and Merrill. Happy grilling! Well, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling, and as the title says, we're always visiting the Midwest. Today we are in Minocqua, Wisconsin, Oneida County at Beef O Rama. It's a great annual event. We encourage you each and every, what month is this? September.
September.
To
Thank
take advantage of Beef O Rama. I'm gonna do a little Texas. What are you doing?
Hey, I'm gonna do a steak sauce, a caramelized steak sauce on here.
You know what's good about that? I got steak on the grill.
Oh, good deal. I've got some onions. I went ahead and sauteed these, really nice caramelization. I'm just gonna add a little pepper.
So a little Worcestershire?
A little Worcestershire, a little pepper.
Yep.
A little Dijon mustard. I like using the organic. It's a lot better for flavor. I'm gonna stir that around, a couple tablespoons.
Can I take that home with me?
No, I'm taking that. You got the onions caramelized. I'm gonna use a little bit of our Grillin magic. I'm gonna stir this around, and then I'll let you get talking there, sir, and then we'll top this.
Well, you know, sometimes talking gets me in trouble. Carmela's makes a wonderful bacon jam, and I said jelly, and there's a big difference between jams and jellies, but it's a great topping for shrimp, for pork chops, for steaks. You can actually visit them in the Fox Valley. They've got a great Italian restaurant. Speaking of Italian, we're gonna do some nice little Texas toast, Italian toast right now. I've got some wonderful French bread here, Vienna bread, and it's pretty simple to do, and there's so many different ways to do breads on the grill, and this is one of my favorite. We take a little bit of our Italian Harvest, which is a low sugar Italian marinade of ours. I'm gonna plop a little jarred garlic in there, and we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. And I'm just gonna sit and, where'd my little, there it is.
Sure.
I'm gonna stir that up a little bit. And this is my favorite way to do it. Just take the breads, a nice medium heat. Don't get overpowering on the grill, that's for sure with this recipe. And all you simply do is dip both sides in that Texas toast and that little garlic and seeds. I call it Texas toast. We're not even anywhere near Texas.
It's down that way.
I know. And we're gonna simply place those directly on the grates of the grill. And let me scoop these off. I'm gonna platter these up. And just hold on one second. We're gonna platter those up. We got a couple things going here, and I'm gonna slow down.
Okay.
This is that Philly steak pizza we did in the last segment.
Beautiful.
And those golden home crusts are just gorgeous. Look at that baby just snap right off. That's how you want a great thin crust pizza, when you make them homemade yourself. But speaking of pizzas, our good friends at Brew Pub Pizza make lots of matzah, and they actually came out with a great new pizza, and it's on the market right now. And the pizza sauce is actually our Da Works. And Da Works is 70% homemade tomato puree ketchup.
Right.
And then we add Midwest sauerkraut, onion, and a tad bit of horseradish mustard. And if we can show this pizza back here.
Here, take it, ladies and gentlemen.
This is actually the Latza Matza bratwurst pizza. And honest to goodness, you can see the bratwurst up there. In
Beautiful.
fact, the bratwurst come from, we're up in Minocqua, and the bratwursts are actually produced here in the Midwest.
Yes.
The cheese is from Wisconsin in the Midwest. The sauce is, and they have a nice little crisp kraut to go with that also. So now there's the pizza, there's our pizza there. We have the toast in the center.
Ooh,
it's time for our steak.
All right.
The steak today, as it has been all day, is grass-fed beef and good old-fashioned Wisconsin grass-fed beef. And are we going to hear from Greg again at the end of this segment, by the way? There's a Wisconsin grass-fed beef. Those are seared nice and slow, nice and easy. Sear them up on a high heat, move them over where there's no heat, or slow the heat down immensely on them, and they're going to come out tender. I'm going to cut one of these open because
go right ahead.
I got a lot of guts here on TV today because
Ladies
you never
and gentlemen,
know.
this man has guts.
Honest to goodness. Now there is how you want a beautiful grass-fed beef. It's got just a nice little pink in there, nice little 165 or so, 170 degrees. So that's a great way to do the grass-fed beef. Oops, sorry, I got to spread that back out. Let's pretend I didn't cut that.
All right. He didn't cut it. I didn't see it.
I didn't cut a thing,
Did
ladies
anybody
and
see him
gentlemen.
cut anything?
No,
I didn't either. All right.
Only if he can sample it.
Only if he could sample it. All right, as you can see, we got the caramelized onions in there. I added the parsley right at the end. If you're going to add any type of fresh herb or anything on a sauce, you want to do it at the end. The Dijon mustard really makes a big difference on there, so we're just going to spoon that right on top.
I bet it does, doesn't it?
Oh, I love the Dijon, especially the organic. I love it.
Now, what you could also do, and we do appreciate it, if you go online at maddogandmerrill.com, maddogandmerrill.com, and you can cook on products or purchasing products, you can actually purchase all our great products, from the dough works to our olive oils to our marinades to our barbecue sauces and our seasonings, and they're all made here in the Midwest, and we do appreciate it. We're going to be right back in about, a minute and a half, 2.5 minutes.
Great show, guys. Grass-fed beef is a leaner cut of meat, high in omega-3s, CLAs, and omega-6s. Grazing cattle in a natural environment allow them to eat grasses and drink clean water. Their immune system stays strong and healthy without the need for antibiotics. We'll be right back.
If you have a comment or suggestion about today's show, contact us at maddogandmerrill.com. And don't forget to friend us on Facebook.
Well, we're certainly at Beef O Rama here today, having a great time. We appreciate you folks watching us each and every week. I'm going to enjoy the Philly steak pizza.
Everybody enjoying the pizza?
Visiting the Midwest with Mad Dog and Merrill. Pros, folks.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is a production of Lashbro Visual Communications.